shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me.
Hey. It is GMO Tuesday. Welcome to GMO Tuesday. Of course, 1966 off the Yellow Submarine album, ladies and gentlemen. And they would be warm in the octopus's garden under the sea. You know, there's a meaning there. There's a meaning there. Let me show you what I'm talking about, folks. Let me show you what I'm talking about. New York City, dumping subway cars in the ocean, going to build a coral reef, and of course, octopi, they go look for places like that to hang out in and make their own garden. New York City, making their own garden. Of course, GMO Tuesday, folks, Foothill Feed and Mercantile, got to have Foothill Feed and Mercantile. It is, they got the certified organic. They got non-GMO food for your critters. Foothill Feed and Mercantile, 1330 Geiger Grade, Reno, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, that, 775-852-0999. I can't get away without mentioning the Hidden Valley Wild Horse Protection Fund. Check them out, October 15th, coming up on October 15th. Let me see if I can find it here. I'll get a link in the description for you folks. They've got a really good fundraiser coming up for the Virginia Hill, Virginia Foothill range herds and the horses that they have going on there. Fall. I was at the farmer's market the other day, and oh boy, it's fall when you start seeing nice big bacon potatoes. All the tuber foods are out there, the beets, the carrots, it doesn't matter, turnips, parsnips, all that good stuff now. And let's not forget what do we get with fall? It's time to plant your garlic. Time to plant garlic. That's right, time to plant garlic. Look in the link, Kevin Esperatu. He's got an article about the root vegetables and the foods out there. Good stuff. In the news this week, of course, if you want your issue of propaganda on GMO, if you want genetically modified organism propaganda, go see Nick over there at No Ideas Media, because he's got a whole bunch of propaganda for you. So does the Genetic Literacy Project. I think they're hand in hand trying to be an official educator. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I do know when I listen to Nick and I read, and I've been banned from commenting on the Genetic Literacy Project, so that'll tell you something. Of course, I wear that with a badge of honor. I still haven't been able to get unlocked out of Twitter jail for the Democrat logic comment directed at Chucky and Diane and Nancy. But this recent week here, there's an update. I updated an article on the website. It's there right now. This court case, of course, against Monsanto for $289 million. Of course, just tip of the iceberg. We're just scratching the surface, only telling half the story, of course, Part of this story is how much glyphosate is actually in play and in use and where it's being used. So take a look at the article. The links are in the description, folks. But this week, Ben & Jerry's, Mega Foods, Stonyfield Farms, 1 Degree Organic, Happy Family Organics, Mom's Organic Market, Natural Co-ops. Guess what they did? They're asking the EPA. They're saying, hey, the food testing, you got to limit this glyphosate. You're saying too much glyphosate is okay. Why do you think they're doing that now that Monsanto has lost and it has been proven glyphosate causes cancer? The courts are saying, okay, hey, look, you got to do it. The jury said it. The jury said it. I didn't make it up. The jury did. The jury said evidence shows you've lied to us, Monsanto, and this does cause cancer. So now all of a sudden the food companies, these wonderful people, PepsiCo, funny thing, they sent me a job application. PepsiCo. Yeah. Anyways, think about this for just a minute. Okay? Just think about this for just a minute. All of a sudden now that a cancer lawsuit has come to fruition and has been successful, the companies putting the glyphosate in your food, poisoning you, want the EPA to say, hey, you got to reel it in, you got to limit it. Back in 1993, when they were allowed carte blanche into our food supply, with it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, therefore it is substantially equivalent. And Mr. Dan, I can't spell potato quail, got up and told the country how revolutionary our agriculture was going to be while we poison you. He didn't actually say why we poison you, but he might as well have. Now all of a sudden these companies, there's been a 300% increase in the amount of glyphosate allowed in the food since 1993, in the last 25 years. Since we've got GMOs in our food, since we have spikes in autism, since we have all kinds of gut diseases, since we have all kinds of, what is that other one? Gluten problems. Guess what they don't want them to do with the glyphosate? They want to limit the glyphosate residue allowed and prohibit, I'm going to say this again, they want to prohibit an activity that we've been called a liar in social media about when we say, hey, they're spraying the wheat with glyphosate before they harvest. Oh, you're a liar. Where's your facts? Where's your PhD to know they're doing this? By the Monsanto propaganda machine group of morons that don't know how to take a step back and use a little common sense. They want to prohibit pre-harvest spraying of glyphosate on the grains and the oats. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. After they have told us since 1998, we're not doing it, we're not doing it. After people have been in social media calling you a liar when you bring that subject up, they call you a liar. But yet, the food producing manufacturers want that stopped. Go figure. Go figure. Yeah. Right about now, I'm thinking those Monsanto executives would like to be under the sea in the octopus's garden. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. But I got to ask you, why now? Why now? They know. Mark my words. I'm going to lay 11 to 1. I'll take any action on this. They know, and they have known since day one, glyphosate is in the products they're making and that they're poisoning people. They're making people sick. They know it. They've known it for a long time. They can't ride the lie anymore. The ruse is up. The ruse is up. Lake Tahoe markets, ladies and gentlemen. Let me talk about LakeTahoeMarkets.com for just a minute. Order today. It's a farmer's market. You order today, it delivered to your front door. Hello, your groceries are here Friday. Where do you see that? Anywhere in the world. Why do you think they call Lake Tahoe God's gift to the planet? They got a great farmer's market. I don't know. I think it's how pretty the lake is. But that takes us to Cannabis Corner. We're going to talk a little Bud Bionics. Remember, Bud Bionics, it is an awesome plant food. You need a plant food? It'll make the bud stuff good, but it'll also It's a great plant food for anything else you have going on with organic products in it. It's got 5 of those different basilicums that you need in your soil, a different basilicus bacteria, a little humic acid. Good stuff, good stuff. Pink Foods. Link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Pink Foods, you know, they'll help. They will help breast cancer. Gotta save the boob. We gotta save the boob. Come on. Breast cancer. Pink Foods. Think red cabbage, beets, pomegranates. That's a fun food to eat. Your kind of carrots, radishes, stuff like that. Apples, grapes. They're all in there. Carrots. Pink Foods. Not a pink bucket of KFC or a pink labeled can of Campbell's soup. No, Pink Foods, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the link in the description. It doesn't say it will stop, get rid of, but it may help prevent. And speaking of helping prevent cancers, let's talk about the most studied plant on the planet for just a minute. The most studied plant on the planet. I'm going to say it one more time. The most studied plant on the planet. Ping Sao Ching. Ping Sao Ching. Of course, if you know anything about Chinese medicine, you know about Ping Sao Ching, because he started writing, I don't know, back in 2680 something BC about marijuana. Ping Sao Ching is infamous in herbal medicines. The guy wrote about everything that grew. That's where it started with your Chinese medicines, ladies and gentlemen. But marijuana has probably been studied and written about and used longer than any other plant we know in the form of medicine. At one time, when it was made illegal, it was the number 3 prescription behind, get a load of this, behind alcohol and opium. Marijuana. They're showing promise in marijuana helping opiate addiction, helping people get off the opium. They're showing promise in epilepsy, children's brain disorders. They're showing all kinds of promise. There's like 200, oh gosh, the tannins, the residue things, and 113 carbinoids it's just, it's amazing. Oh, how many different kinds of THC and cannabinoids and everything that is actually in marijuana and hemp. It's one of, I mean, like, you can get like 50,000 different products out of hemp. I mean, think about that for a minute. What natural, I mean, everything, they got rid of a plant that does 50,000 things for rope and wood pulp paper. Are you kidding me? Step back. Little common sense. You want to know what the problem with common sense is, folks? If you have common sense and you use common sense every day, you got all those out there that don't have any, like the Democrats. Don't get them riled up. Don't get them riled up. But even though this plant has been studied, even though it's been written about, I mean, even since like 1995, man, there's like 25,000, 30,000 papers written on THC and marijuana and its uses and this and that. So much more needs to be done. And now that, you know, things aren't, I mean, now that the reins are, you know, the door's been open, the cat's let out of the bag, whatever catchphrase you want to use there, ladies and gentlemen. Now that that is coming to fruition and we can start seeing a lot more studying need to be done, the biggest area where we need study, dosage, how much is too much? You know, how much is 1 joint enough? Is 2 joints enough? Is 1.5 joints too much? So you only need a joint and a puff? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. 1 brownie, a half a brownie, a quarter brownie, a piece of, you know, they got lozenges now. They got all kinds of different delivery methods as far as edibles go. So, but how much is too much? And that is Probably one of the biggest dose size for THC and CBD. And remember, there's a big difference between the cannabinoids they use in the CBD oil and THC. There's a lot of different THCs there, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, hemp. That's the big question. Can these products, cannabis and hemp, or is there something in there to cure cancers? I don't know. Whom do your elected officials represent? I got to ask the question, whom do your elected officials represent? Everybody that I talk to says, yeah, it should be legal, should be legal. Do you vote? Then go vote somebody into office. That'll make it legal. Let's stop the nonsense here. Let's stop these idiots in Washington taking our dime, making $1 million on it, and doing nothing. Getting free health care while they tell us what kind of health care we got to have and pay for. Common sense, folks. Come on. Common sense. But here's what somebody used this phrase. Low-hanging fruit. The way they're using marijuana is the low-hanging fruit. And what I'm talking about is appetite stimulant, the nausea, help with nausea, epilepsy, some pain management. That's the low-hanging fruit. Does it cure cancer? Some studies show a 40% increase in the lifespan after the use of marijuana involved with cancer treatment. So a lot more needs to be done. Let's encourage the science community to do some legitimate studies. Let's not get tainted information out there and propaganda stuff like we find on No Ideas Media and the Genetic Literacy Project. Let's get some real science going on and study this and hope that things come out. Speaking of CBD oil, Tahoe CBD, it's the very best in pure, premium, high quality, high potency, full spectrum CBD oil. Tahoe CBD. You can. It's made in the USA, organically grown in Colorado. Everything is USA. Made in USA. Isn't that Make America Great Again? That's what it's all about. Tahoe CBD. They got tinctures. They got the e-liquid, ladies and gentlemen. 530-217-3600. Give Jack and Stacy a call. Tell them Aaron says hello. They will get you taken care of. You got a retail outlet, folks? Hey, go over there. Get the wholesale application filled. Armored Transportation. Thank you for the t-shirt. You got your t-shirt? I'm still waiting. Send it in. We'll wear it. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. We'll bring the Beatles back up here. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the station. That is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. That is how it works. And, oh, by the way,
Below the storm, in our little hideaway beneath the waves.
looking for extra advertising, looking for sponsors over here, give us a call. We'll work something out. Tune in for Preservation Thursday. Some very interesting developments going on in the preservation industry. We'll be talking about those. BudBionics.com. You need a plant food. TahoeCBD.com. If you need any CBD oils, they got them. They will get you taken care of. If you can help the cause, hit the donation button on the website, ladies and gentlemen. And make sure to check out the most recent article highlighting what's going on with the court cases and Monsanto's lawsuit and how Bayer is trying to push it aside. Let's have a great day, folks. Let's all be safe out there, huh?
We would shout and swim about the coral that lies beneath the waves.
New York City going to build a little barrier reef out there in the ocean with the old subway cars. That was the photograph I showed you at the beginning. They're dumping subway cars out in the ocean. Ladies and gentlemen, 1966, it's the Beatles. They're happy. Let's have a great day, and let's all be safe out there.